Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Preschool All Stars podcast. I am Bethany Johnson, and I'm joined today by Kendra Weiss. How are you doing today, Kendra?
Doing great, Bethany. How are you? Of
I'm awesome. Thank you. Thanks so much for coming to talk to us today.
course.
We are excited to hear your story. I always like to get a little backstory first on where you were before you decided to start your preschool journey. What was going on in your life?
Well, I do home daycare.
Okay.
Been doing that for the last 5+ years. And so I do that from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And this year with COVID, I also am homeschooling my oldest.
Okay. And how old is he?
He is 7. He's in first grade,
Okay. And where are you located?
Maine.
Okay. How many are you licensed?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So how many kids do you have in your care for daycare?
Right now I have 8 total.
Okay. And they range in age from what?
Anywhere from 6 weeks to second grade.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot. Okay. So you've been doing that for the past 5 years?
Yes.
Okay. And what made you decide to want to make the switch?
Well, I happened upon Joy Anderson's, you know, her book actually
Okay.
completely by accident. Had never
Mhm.
heard of her or anything before, and I was like, wow, why did I never think to do this before? Like,
Mhm.
especially now with homeschooling, it's really hard to fit that into the day when you're
Right.
working 10.5-hour days all week.
Mhm.
So I figured if I do this, that will give me more time to really focus on his homeschooling and my daughter's homeschooling this coming school year too.
Mhm.
So
No, were they homeschooled before or just with COVID they started the homeschool?
just with COVID, yeah.
Okay. And with your other kids who are like up to second grade, do they do virtual learning while you watch them?
No, they don't. No.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, what was the next step?
So I had to make the hard decision of actually doing it and telling my daycare families.
Well, yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah, you never know how people will react. And some of them have been with me for 3 years.
Mm,
So letting them know that you're going to have to find new childcare is hard
mm-hmm.
when this has been the only childcare they've ever been to.
Right. How did it
So
go?
it actually went really well. They've all been really supportive, but it's hard, knowing we're gonna have to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what steps have you taken already to transition?
Well, I've started advertising,
Okay.
which has been the really the biggest step since I already am licensed and have the business side really down. So
Right.
it's really getting the word out there and letting people know that this is going to be a preschool now and not childcare.
Mm-hmm. And what's your plan, your setup for the preschool? How are you gonna work it?
So I'm going to have one morning class, 3 hours, and an afternoon 3 hour class. And they'll be, they can choose either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday through Friday.
Okay. Awesome. That's what I'm doing too. And how you said they're 3 hours, and are they going to be 3 to 5, or are you going to split up the ages, or how's that going to work?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay. And so you'll be able to have 8 in each class with your license still?
Yes, actually, well, it's actually funny in Maine. There's two different licensing options. So right
Okay.
now, where I'm already licensed for family childcare, I can do. It depends on the age. So with 3 to 5, I can do the 8
Okay.
per class. If in the future, once my son reaches that 3-year-old mark, my
Mm-hmm.
son, I have 3,
Okay.
um, I could get what they call a nursery school license.
Okay.
And then I can have, I believe it's 12 per class
By yourself or with a helper?
by myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Awesome.
a big difference.
Yeah. So is that what you're planning on doing once he reaches that age?
I might. There's a lot of other changes that go with that licensing, so
Mhm.
kind of see how it goes.
Yeah. Where do you run your daycare or preschool out of? Is it just in a room in your house? Is it in the living room? Where's it at?
Pretty much my whole downstairs.
Okay.
So the living room and what should be our dining room, but
Okay.
it's at all. Yeah.
Awesome. And did you already kind of do like any teaching throughout the day? Did you already have some like curriculum that you worked with?
Yes. So
Okay.
even with the daycare, it's always been preschool focused.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah.
And how about and any online class? Have you done any of that?
No, I have
Okay.
not.
So when you read the book, when did you read the book?
I think I first read it, it was back in October.
Okay. And did you decide to make the switch like right away?
Sort of. I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot
Yeah.
out. You know, I wanted to do it for sure right away, but I was like, I don't know if I can risk it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
daycare does really well, and making a big change like that, I was like, what if it doesn't work?
Right. So what do you think gave you the push to really decide to do it? What was that breaking point that you're like, I'm just going to do it?
I think when my husband and I decided that homeschooling was not going to be just this year
Hmm.
and that we were going to stick with it, and eventually I was going to have 3 of them homeschooling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Right.
There's no way I can homeschool 3 kids and have up to 12 daycare kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
10
That's a
and a half
lot.
hour day.
Yeah. That seems really hard. Yeah. And
So,
what's your background before you started the home daycare? Do you have any early childhood credits or anything?
yeah, I have my degree in early childhood
Okay.
education, and I've just been doing that
Okay,
forever.
perfect. Awesome. Did you ever get like a teaching license with that degree? Did that come with that?
No, it
No.
didn't.
Okay. Okay. But you market, you use that in your marketing as, you know, you have your bachelor's in early childhood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Cause I'm sure that helps with that. Awesome. So what's your timeline for the official transition?
Well, my official preschool opening date will be September 7th
Okay.
of
So you're going to go straight through
yes.
like the summer and everything? Okay.
Yeah.
And are any of your existing families going to carry over to that or you're looking for all new?
There's one that might be able to, but mostly it'll be all new families.
Okay. And what are you using to market right now?
Google ads and Facebook, and working on getting some flyers put together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how has the Preschool All Stars helped you on this journey so far?
Oh, it's been huge. So I actually just was saying the other day, like, when you start something like this, you have your why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Preschool All Stars is why I can do it because, there's always everyone supporting each other, showing new ways to market your business, and really just sharing successes and reminding you that, okay, this is possible. I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can like calm down and just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think will be, since you're not totally done the transition or has been already, your biggest roadblock to overcome in making this transition?
For me, the biggest thing is just getting the word out there so families know that there is a preschool program that is strictly preschool. It's not, oh, come to preschool and then stay all day for daycare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just preschool, it's part day, whereas the public schools are here are full day preschool. So it's just basically another year of school.
Right. And do
Um,
they offer universal preschool there for free to everybody?
it is free and it's to everybody that gets in. It's income based.
Okay.
We don't have enough classes for everybody.
Right, right. Yeah, I feel like a lot of parents don't even realize what that is, like the difference between preschool and the daycare. And I hate
Right.
when people are like, "Oh, how's your daycare going?" I'm like, "It's not a daycare."
Yes.
It's such a huge difference.
It is. It really is. And I can say that because, I've done the
Because you've been
daycare.
doing, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think the best part will be? I mean, other than maybe the hours is probably the best part. Is there anything else that you're really looking forward to in the transition?
Oh, yes. A lot of things. But the biggest thing will be really being able to focus on doing the preschool curriculum and not having to worry about, oh, but this baby is going to come and ruin this project they're working on or choke on something. And so that have to restrict what the big kids can do.
Mhm.
The baby's safe.
Yep.
So that'll be huge. It'll be a lot easier to do those kind of projects.
Yeah, absolutely. How are you planning on transforming your space from daycare to preschool? Are you going to make it like, are you going to set up centers, different centers? I'm guessing get rid of all the baby stuff. You don't need that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No pack and play. No,
Yeah.
any of that. For the most part, I'm kind of like looking at my space. Not a lot will change, I don't think, because I do already have like a block center and like the housekeeping area and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I will be able to add in like more manipulatives that are smaller, the loose parts. I'll be able to do something like that a lot more easily without having to worry so much about the choking hazards.
Right, right. Yep. So what are your like big future plans, would you say? I know it's kind of hard to think that because right now this is your future plan. What would you what would you say in like, the next like 5-year plan? Do you have like a bigger plan to grow it from what it is right now or what it will be in September?
Yeah,
Tell me all about it.
as soon as I started thinking about it, I've already started like
Yeah.
planning. So my goals are so in like the next maybe 2 to 3 years to move into a building outside of my house.
Okay. Okay.
Have at least 2 preschool classrooms and a junior preschool classroom, and then a classroom for infants and toddlers for like play groups.
Okay.
Yeah, and to have, if I can find a spot, the really big outdoor space so that we can do outdoor classrooms and
Mhm.
outside as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always great. Love
Yeah.
getting them outside. I wish my outside space was bigger. The next place I look for, whether it's like a schoolhouse or wherever it is, I'm like, I need a bigger outside space. That's my biggest thing.
Those are the hardest to find, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I know. Oh, so what's one thing that you wish that you could go back and tell yourself when you were getting all set up or when you were maybe trying to figure out if this was even an option for you?
Probably just do it. Don't worry about will it work. Lots of people have done it, so
Mhm.
it will work. There are families that want a preschool program that is not all day, that it's their first time having their kids go somewhere that's not in their home
Mhm.
and be with other kids, and not everyone needs it to be a 10-hour day.
Right, right. Yeah, Joy talks about that in her book about how if especially if you've been doing daycare, like it's hard to even think that people need that because you've been marketing so much to the full day daycare, but like there's tons of people who need that and want that. You just got to switch your mindset, switch your marketing pretty much.
Right, exactly.
What do you think your families right now would say about your care that makes your program different than any other program in your area?
um that's a hard question. I don't know what they would say.
I mean, your program seems to be full, right? Is it normally full
No,
for
very
yeah.
happy.
Yeah, yeah.
One thing that one parent did tell me that when she first came to do a tour before
Mhm.
she even enrolled her children was how the current children behaved.
Mm.
They came over and they talked to them and like were very welcoming and introduced them to each other
Mhm.
and everything. And I guess that's unique. And I didn't realize that a lot of places they went to, the kids were real quiet and like
Mm.
didn't play while they
Mm-hmm.
were very subdued, I guess, and that was
Right.
kind of off-putting for them. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, that's cool. I mean, that looks good.
yeah,
There you have your own students welcoming others. That's always great, right?
oh, they get so excited when people come to visit.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. So, what's something that you would tell someone else who's in your position, trying to figure out if they should do this or join the Preschool All Stars, or, they're just feeling burnout, or, like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. What's some words of encouragement that you could give to them?
I would say if you're feeling burnt out, then you definitely need to do this.
Yeah.
um, is especially if you're going from doing childcare to preschool. If
Mm-hmm.
you go from 10 to 12-hour days to what, maybe 6 hours total,
Mm-hmm.
and not
Mm-hmm.
back, and you're going to have a lot more free time, especially if you stick to the school year. So if you're burnt out, you should just do it, and you'll probably
Yeah.
feel better.
What are you going to be charging for your classes?
So my Tuesday, Thursday classes are 250 per month,
Okay.
and Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes are 300 per month.
Okay. And is that like par for the course in your area? Did you look for like big centers and home centers and kind of go in the middle, or how'd you figure out those prices?
Well, it was actually really hard because there are no preschools.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have the public school pre-Ks, which obviously they don't charge anything,
Mm-hmm.
nothing to compare to there. And other than those, there are no programs that are strictly preschool.
Really? Even like private schools or anything like that? You don't have any of them like that out there?
They're all like, they have preschool programs, but they also offer childcare.
Right, right.
So there's none that are just preschool.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to try and go by the ones that had both and
Yeah, yeah. And
figure
just
out.
kind of figure out the middle. So did you kind of figure out like a middle ground, or did you go up with them or lower than them?
I didn't go lower. I went about the same.
Okay.
It might have been higher than some, but around the same as others.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I have there's like one in-home preschool that's kind of actually near me that
Mm,
I went a good amount higher than them, but my biggest thing was their class sizes are like double what mine are. So
uh,
I really stick with the like only 6 to 1 teacher, and I
yeah,
think that's helped a lot. But other than that, there's not really any preschools, especially that are licensed, that are in
right.
home. So I
That's
kind of went with like in the middle of like the one license, like home preschool, and then there's some like really expensive private preschools in my area that I'm like, the parents come and they're like, I just can't, they want to charge $10,000 a month for preschool. And I'm like, what is this? Like just like crazy numbers. So kind of
right.
finding that middle ground when not, especially when you first start out, like undervaluing yourself, finding that middle ground is hard. And is that comparable to your daycare income right now with the same amount of kids, or is it more?
It is more for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Which
That's
is great.
great.
I mean, I'll be able to make more
Doing
and work
less. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
just
What do you charge for daycare? Is it like daily or weekly?
it is weekly and it depends on age.
Okay.
So like 6 weeks up to 18 months is 175 per week.
Okay.
And so 18 months up to school age is 150 per week.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. The pricing difference is awesome for such lower hours.
Right.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add for our viewers or to your story or for any of that?
No, all I would say is just don't let fear stop you. Just
Mm-hmm.
if it's what you want, then just work on it and do it.
Yeah.
And if preschool is what you want, then definitely join Preschool All Stars and you'll get there for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because we're a bunch of hashtag lady bosses.
That's right.
That's what I like to say. Well, thank you so much, Kendra, for talking and telling your story. And I wish you all the best of luck in your full transition.
Thank you.
Sure, it will go amazingly. Good luck with everything. Thank you so much.
If you'd like to have a success story just like that one, I invite you to join our Preschool All Stars. It's my exclusive membership community where you'll get mentorship from me with weekly Q&A lives, support and guidance and friendship from hundreds of women on the exact same journey as you, starting, running, and growing their preschools, and my exclusive access to Preschool University, every training and done-for-you file that you'll need for every milestone on your journey to help you start, run, and grow your preschool. We've all been there, and we've got the exact same steps that you need to go through, but we do it all very quickly so that you don't have to waste time or money doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'd love for you to join our Preschool All Stars membership. Just go to preschoolallstars.com or click the link in the description to immediately jump into Preschool All Stars. Again, go to preschoolallstars.com and we'll see you there.